What if I told you that there's a high chance of life not on Mars, not on Venus, but on a tiny icy moon of Saturn? I'm pointing my telescope towards Saturn's icy moon, Enceladus. Yes, you heard right, that icy little rock spinning around the ringed giant. Now you might be thinking, life? On that frozen moon ball? You've got to be kidding. But stick with me here because this isn't any ordinary moon. Beneath its icy white exterior lies a secret. A colossal plume of water vapor stretching into the cosmos, creating a display of otherworldly grandeur. This little moon has left scientists slack-jawed, so brace yourselves as we delve into the mysteries of this icy showstopper. But wait a second, before we go any further, let's get to know more about Enceladus. It's time to lift the veil on this frosty enigma. You know, despite looking like a gigantic snowball, Enceladus is not just a frozen wasteland. Sure, it's a bit chilly there with temperatures as low as -200 Celsius or -330 degrees Fahrenheit. That's colder than the coldest day in Antarctica. There's a fascinating buzz of activity under that icy exterior. Enceladus, nestled comfortably in Saturn's celestial family, orbits the gas giant from a snug distance of around 240,000 kilometers, or 148,000 miles, sandwiched perfectly between the orbits of moons Mimas and Tethys. And Enceladus is quick. Every time Dione, a larger moon, completes a single orbit around Saturn, Enceladus manages to complete two. This gravitational relationship gives Enceladus an elliptical orbit, which creates a tidal squeeze inside the moon, heating it up internally. Now let's ride this cosmic wave. The big brains at NASA have been tracking Enceladus with an eagle eye. What did they find, you ask? Brace yourselves, because this is going to blow your mind. Enceladus is playing host to potential life-giving compounds, and it doesn't stop there. Do you know about those hydrothermal vents? The ones that gush out hot, mineral-rich water in our earthly oceans. Enceladus, not to be outdone, has its own version of these deep-sea spas. It's like it's been quietly running a cosmic wellness retreat right under our radar. And for all you aesthetics lovers out there, Enceladus doesn't disappoint. It has the most reflective surface in the solar system. Imagine the brightest, whitest disco ball twirling away in the dark expanse of space. Let's talk about Enceladus's surface. Some parts are dotted with craters up to 35 kilometers or 22 miles in diameter, much like an otherworldly desert. But then there are places almost untouched by craters, which suggests some serious surfing reshuffling in the moon's recent past. Zooming into the South Polar region, it's almost entirely free of impact craters. It's like looking at a freshly made snowfield, untouched and pristine. Picture house-sized ice boulders and unique tectonic patterns etching the landscape. Now that you know about the wonder which is Enceladus, let's check out what NASA has recently discovered on this tiny moon with their James Webb Space Telescope, an absolute beast of a machine. And trust me, it's not just some sprinkler in the yard. We're talking about a ginormous water vapor plume spewing from Enceladus's surface and reaching for the stars. Now that's what I call a water show. Okay, so we've got this super geyser shooting water into the void. But where does it all go? You might want to sit down for this. They found that about 30% of the water from Enceladus's geysers remains within a huge space donut, or in scientific terms, a torus. The remaining 70%, rather than being selfish, shares itself with the rest of the Saturnian system, sprinkling water all around. And guess what? This giant space donut of water aligns perfectly with Saturn's E ring, its outermost and densest ring. Who knew Enceladus could be so generous with its water supply and so artistically inclined? Geronimo Villanueva, lead sleuth from NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, initially thought he was seeing things. The data was so astounding, so overwhelming, that it seemed unreal. I mean, imagine spotting a water plume 20 times the size of our moon. It's like finding a geyser in space spurting out far beyond its southern pole. But it doesn't stop there. The rate at which this water vapor is gushing out is staggering. We're talking 79 gallons per second. Yes, you heard it right, per second. You could fill an Olympic-sized pool in just a few hours with this. Compared to an earthly garden hose, which would take more than 2 weeks to do the same, it's an intergalactic power shower. Our loyal friend, the Cassini orbiter, spent over a decade roaming the Saturnian system and first snapped these stunning plumes. But the Webb telescope, sitting pretty at the Sun-Earth Lagrange point 2, 1 million miles from Earth, offered us all these new insights thanks to its state-of-the-art near-infrared spectrograph. Here's the interesting part. The Webb telescope uses this thing called an integral field unit, or IFU. It's like a space camera on steroids, capturing images and spectra simultaneously, which means it's not just telling us what's happening, but also why it's happening. Incredible, isn't it? Enceladus is nothing if not a mystery waiting to be unraveled, and this recent data only stokes the flames of our curiosity. And thanks to the James Webb telescope, we're getting closer to peeling back those layers. In fact, the next item on the docket is a prolonged study of Enceladus. That means investing 6 times the duration of the initial study in diving deeper, in probing further. The aim? To uncover the chemical compounds that could suggest habitability. We're talking about organic compounds, hydrogen peroxide, and other exciting possibilities. Now imagine the unimaginable. What if we found the spark of life in this remote and icy corner of our solar system? What if we discovered microbes in the icy spray, or some evidence that life had begun forming? This wouldn't just be a discovery, but a seismic, paradigm-shifting revelation. Suddenly, the realm of what's possible would expand dramatically. Enceladus, this tiny moon, could end up being the cornerstone of our understanding of life's tenacity. If life can take hold here in the freezing cold of space, then who's to say it can't exist in the countless other star systems across the universe? But more than just the potential for alien life, this discovery would have profound implications for us here on Earth. It would force us to rethink our place in the universe and provide us with invaluable insights as we continue to explore the possibilities of space travel and even colonization. All this might seem like the stuff of fiction, but remember, we're living in a time when science is turning fiction into fact at an unprecedented rate. The discovery of life on Enceladus might seem like a long shot, but as we delve deeper into this icy enigma, the odds might just start shifting in our favor. Just when you think you've got space figured out, it throws a curveball your way. But that's the beauty of space exploration. Just when you think you know it all, something unexpected happens. It takes our theories and knowledge and spins it on its head. It's always bigger, grander, and way cooler than we could ever imagine. And that's why we keep looking, keep reaching for the stars.